You want to get into this Tinder swindler?
Oh my God, please. Please, because I have so many questions. I have so much to say about my man.
Shout out QH. QH suggested that I watch this. And because J-Pat was going to be my next guest, it only made sense that I make him watch it too, because we talked about Tinder in the first episode of the podcast. Very first episode. Shout out episode 1, Setting the Tone. Featuring J-Pat. Yeah. Make sure you check it out. It's deep in the archives. It's there. So there's this documentary of these dumb bitches. No, I'm kidding. There's this documentary on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler, and it's about this guy who it's about this guy on Tinder that cons a bunch of women out of fucking money. It's a great watch, 2-hour little documentary on Netflix. Make sure it's a great watch.
Your man's told me it was a short watch, so I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't say
it's a short documentary.
That's what you told me.
2 hours. I was like, who's a documentary?
Because you gotta think about it. No, like documentaries these days, they're like series.
Correct. So when you said actual documentary, I was under the impression that the only documentary I know, which is, maybe an hour 15 max. Nah, man. I went through it with him, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I did.
It was worth it.
I'm glad I did, because when I got to the end, I was like, mind blown.
So it's these women talking about their experiences about this guy. And the guy's clever. He's fucking clever. I can't, you can't even say the bitches were being like gold digging-esque or like Miami-ish or, the bitches that Fresh and Fit podcast have on their fucking show. Also, fuck Fresh and Fit podcast. But, because we over here at YCC Entertainment do not fuck with Fresh and Fit. But it's kind of like, it wasn't like those kind of bitches. Right. So, he's like, let's get for coffee. And then he's chatting them up and they're liking the conversation and shit like that. And then he's like, by the way, you should fly on my private plane. And these women see like they know what they're doing. They're Googling him and looking into him. I don't know how this guy got the world believing that he belonged to a billionaire. But ultimate con, man, not mad at it. He basically said he was a billionaire's son.
They wikied him. Problem number 1. I can get on Wiki. I can get on Wiki right now and write a whole article about myself being the shit, knowing that the first thing I'm going to do is Google it. That's all the algorithms. The issue is, the first thing is he wasn't, people don't want to say this because it's normally a compliment, but he's intelligent. Mm-hmm. He's very smart.
He's got to go down in history as being like this level of genius.
Just because he basically, off the rip, he had them played to, he literally had them locked down. Some people would call it like puppet, like it was like he's a puppet master.
Yeah.
They were literally just like.
But it's crazy because there's 3 women on this documentary, but you can only imagine that he's doing this to all. Oh, actually, Ashley, you're fired because there's no way you'll ever be as great as a social media manager as well as whoever the fuck he's hiring. Because who's ever running his Instagram and his Tinders and shit is the real GOAT. Ashley, you're fired until you can be that nigga. No, I'm kidding. You're not fired. But you got to do better.
Bro, it's not that hard. My man probably has 7 videos in his phone gallery total. Because he's in 10 pictures. Whatever is on his Instagram, that's probably all that's in his phone gallery. That was the sickest part. My man was recycling his material.
Yeah, he was, just with different names.
What? But still the same people.
Yeah. I think he was photoshopping some of his photos too.
Oh, he photoshopped that one photo. He only needed one.
Fair.
Everything else was of him.
Yeah.
You see one picture with his family, and clearly it's fake. Clearly it's fake. My man literally looks like Sue Storm in the fucking picture. There's a force field around this nigga. I'm like, bro, wait a minute. I'm watching this shit. I'm like, that's a Photoshop picture. Off rip. And this is very beginning. First time I didn't seen it. I'm like, that's Photoshop. Who's my man? Is he a part of the Fantastic Four? That's the first question I have. Yeah, bro.
You know what? I watched that whole thing, and all I thought was, this guy is Mysterio. He would give Jake Gyllenhaal a run for his fucking money, bro.
The illusion. The illusion. It was a fucking prestige, my nigga.
He didn't just sell like that, hey, come bond with me, come get come figure me out and all that kind of shit. Like, that wasn't just the illusion he sold, but even with, like, the lengths he went through to sell the, like, oh, I'm running out of money. Oh, I need help. Oh, you're fucking me over. Like, I think even his lost at the end was an illusion because he still gained so much.
And see, the thing is, I think it was planned, and that's the part that makes me say he's intelligent, because it's not like this happened overnight.
No, it didn't. This had been
these
years.
These women were talking about like 14 months on average. They were in a relationship with him. This is 3. My man's probably juggling like what, 10 at a time, maybe? Because think about all these flights he's taking.
Yeah.
We had 3 of them talking about their account, and still we don't have all the flights accounted for.
Well, and see, that's the thing, because you have to think about how fast this guy was moving. He's like, hey, like as soon as, like when the documentary first started, the first girl that was talking about it, as soon as she matched him, she got a message from him saying, I'm leaving tomorrow, let's grab coffee. You send out one of those every 2 days.
It went from a coffee date to a fly on my jet date.
Mm-hmm. And this is why this guy is the ultimate fucking... So if basically he's conning women, he's basically telling women that I'm out of money and people are after me because I have this diamond company. People are after me and they've seized my accounts and blah, blah, like so I can't move money around because they're tracking my money.
They're tracking me through my spending account.
Yes. So I need you to send me money so that it's not traceable. It needs to be cash. And these women, because women are gullible, they're taking out huge loans. I mean, he's not asking for like, yo, $100, $200 or anything like that. He's like, send me $20,000.
But it's not even like just the huge loans. It's the credrit cards too. He's
taking credit cards too, yeah,
in their name,
and then like telling them to max them out. He's literally like texting these girls saying, "Send me money right now. The card is getting declined. I need you to like max the card out or increase the limit."
The crazy thing is, I'm conflicted about how I feel about my man.
I'm not.
You're not.
The guy's a god. The guy is a god. Because keep in mind, if he's doing this, the first girl's talking, she's telling her story, and now he's at the point where he's asked her for the first $20,000, and he's maxing out her credit cards. Say, we'll leave it at $30,000. That's all it takes to do this, to give the next bitch the same luxuries and still have some money for yourself. And then you use that bitch to get another $30,000, and now you're using half of that for the next bitch and keeping half of it for yourself.
Once again, his process, impeccable. Okay?
You can't be mad at this nigga.
His process was impeccable. I'm not going to lie. But that's why I'm conflicted. It honestly, this reminds me of... It's the scene from Harry Potter, bro. He was terrible. He did great things though, but they were absolutely terrible. They were great, but they were terrible things. You know what I'm saying? In that process, what is he doing? You know, he's literally he's ruining these women's lives.
Not technically, because he's never been charged with defrauding these women.
That's what I'm saying. He's ruining their lives though. They're still paying for these debts.
Yep.
But whole time, personal accountability.
Yep. And that's where we draw the line. And that's why I'm not mad at this nigga, because we going to hold these bitches accountable.
Because at no point were they like...
This is probably a bad idea.
How much money do you give up? Like, how much money do you go into debt when you realize, like, you haven't received a penny back? At what point do you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that. When are you giving somebody $20,000 that you're not married to?
Shit, even if we married, I don't know.
When you put yourself in debt to help out a millionaire, how does that make sense?
It makes sense, Jesus.
How does that make sense? Like, that was literally, as the first time he asked for money, I'd have been like, bro, if it was a girl, it could be a girl, she could be the baddest bitch in the world. Same situation. First time she asked me for $20K, and I'm like, wait, aren't you a millionaire? Shouldn't I be asking you for money? I've never asked you for money. You spend money on me. You know what I'm saying? You treat me, right? But now you're asking me for that money back.
But there's even more questions, because you're telling me that they're tracing your spending. So you want to send me a check and get me involved in the tracement.
Wait, one? The story that he spun, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. That shit has that. It holds no weight.
What do you mean?
This man used enemies way too much. It sounded made up. It sounded made up, bro. It's my enemies. They're after me. Like, bro, what? What?
Nah, that's probably how they talk.
My enemies ran up on me.
These are overseas people. That's probably how they talk. We just used to American terminology and saying ops.
It's not even ops, bro. It's not. It's bro. If somebody's coming after me, like I'm not gonna use enemies every single time. Okay, there's still gonna be some variety. He ain't gotta say ops, but enemies. The people who are out to get me. It wasn't even like it's always my enemies. This, my enemies that. It was the precision. It was the same message, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have
fuck it
to,
up.
for a guy like that, you have to be, like, you have to recycle that kind of content.
Oh, 100%. Like the pet names. Honey, dear.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to know whoever's name you're talking to. That's what that replaces. Good morning, honey. You can send that to everybody.
Yes,
that's a mass
you can
text
mass
message.
text message your bitch.
That's a mass text
What did
message.
Drake say? I group DM my exes. Shit goes on forever. This guy's clever. I got nothing against him.
Like I
This
said,
guy
he's
is
very
fucking
intelligent.
clever.
It's sick, though, because of what he's doing.